Hey guys, it's Tom Cook. Sunday afternoon, I'm calling the SOMSFA Super Bowl. I was in this league briefly this year for about 4 games, but I had too much on my plate, so I had to give up my team. Stanley was kind enough to help me out and take them over. And yes, Dennis, it's me. Yes, I should tell them it's me. Let me try and not miss anything. I don't know anything about these teams, except I know that Dennis is playing and someone is coaching Denver or Detroit. We got opening kickoff there, was returned 26 yards. This is one of the last games of the 2013 Strat football rule set. Computer game, rather, as the new season is out. It came out a couple of days ago. This is a Super Bowl for a spring slash summer league. It's at Denver or Detroit, because Strat is at DEM, meaning the NFC. Nick Foles, quarterback. Alfred Morris, running back. I don't know who's playing this game. Off tackle right for Alfred Morris and first down. Offensive onside tackle +8 or +3. That's a gain of 8 for Morris. I think, is this Renee maybe? Maybe Don Morton? I looked at the guy's name before. Let me try and find this real quick. As I miss a couple of plays here to give you the... it's Kurt. That's right. Kurt with Denver. I remember reading that he had made the Super Bowl. Kurt won an early SSFA championship. He's trying to win an early SOMSFA championship. Nick Foles, the quarterback, is an excellent card. He's got Alfred Morris as the running back. He's got Julius Thomas at one tight end, Jermichael Finley at the other. Long pass to Darius Moore, double teamed, incomplete on Nick Foles' card. That'll create a 2nd down and 10. This is part of the SOMSFA family of leagues, so you've got all the modern rules. Roddy White and Denarius Moore are the receivers. Is that a 5 or a 0 covering Denarius Moore? It's a 5 with Darius Webb. Dennis showing blitz, 4-3. Dennis's Seattle Seahawks are on defense. They play a 4-3 short pass. Denarius Moore is bringing the blitz. There's a penalty on the play. Offsides on the Broncos. Turns it into a 2nd down and 15. Would have been a short gain on a white die 6 against LaDarius Webb, who's a 5. Denarius Moore, LaDarius Webb. Wish me luck with that. 2nd and 15 Broncos as they go 3 wide. It's an offensive line. Look like a lot of 5s, and I bet some 7s. Short pass to Jared Boykin, who's not double teamed. Dump ball for -2 is incomplete. There'll be an injury. Jared Boykin's out for the rest of the half. This game's in the SOMSFA family of leagues, so you have injuries for the remainder of game and or half, and you have penalties, and you have the white die 6 for the linebackers, and you got the dump off. Pretty much the standard modern rule set, including penalties and injuries, which not every league plays, but Ed's League likes to play them, likes the realism involved in them, so to speak. 3rd down and 17 for the Broncos here on their first possession. They're at their own 44. They go 3 wide, 1 halfback with Morris back there. Defense goes dime 3-2-6. Leonard Hankerson is the new extra. He's double teamed. There's a dump off that loses 2 yards. And Leonard Hankerson gets injured. He'll be out for the remainder of the game. Not a good start for Bronco backup wide receivers. But I think they can manage that. They've got 2 good tight ends. So they'll be fine. It is a 4th and 19 punt. I don't know anything about these teams. I know the coaches. I certainly know Dennis very well. I know of Kurt Moore, coached Arizona in SSFA. A 48-yard punt goes down to about the 13-yard line, and it's going to be Julian Edelman gets at 9. Nice return of 21 yards. Edelman gets you a nice return on Snake Eyes, of course, with a +43, and then a 9 +21, and Dennis hit that 9. Dennis comes out. Big surprise, Russell Wilson is the quarterback on all of his teams, it seems. Marshawn Lynch, the halfback, so he's gone extra Seahawk mode with this team, who are, of course, named the Seattle Seahawks. He goes 2 tight ends, Zach Miller right, Mercedes Lewis left. You got Brandon Marshall and Julian Edelman, the receivers. Not a lot of deep passing action, looks like, from this team. Defense goes 3-4. So off tackle left for Lynch. Defense gets his pass, and there's no linebacker back there. Ridge gets 8 his card, 11 yards, plus the box, 21 yards. Not on his card, on the defense's card. A big 21-yard gain. That's what happens when you run Marshawn Lynch, Dennis would tell me, feeling that I underused him in the SSFA season in which I lost the Super Bowl, feeling I underused him every step of the way, even though he had nearly 2,000 yards rushing. First and 10, linebacker to Lynch, one linebacker in zone, gets an 8+5 on the defense. Dennis has a pretty good-looking offensive line from what I see here. There's a 0 left guard who I'm sure can pass block. But he's got a 5. What's the center? Oh, it's only a 4. Okay. 6 left tackle, 5's on the right side, 4th center, 0 left guard. But I'm sure the pass blocking is better than that. Off tackle left for Lynch, no linebackers there. Offensive onside end +5 or +0. And the veteran Mercedes Lewis is a blocking 5. Then it says good blocking tight ends on this team, and it's a first down for Lynch. So Dennis has 7s at the tackles. And run right to Lynch, nobody there. The dreaded 5 guessed wrong, no yards. Makes it second down and 10 for Seattle at the Denver 38. Heavy dose of Lynch so far. And Arizona guessing run only once so far, I believe. As I bring up the so far today box. It's excessive use of the phrase so far on me. I want to miss the play. I want to make sure that I'm screen sharing. I'm alive. That's all good. And we have a short pass to Edelman who's double teamed. Defender X will be incomplete. Captain Munderland is a 5 anyway and would have made the play. I'm a little leery that I'm using Google Chrome for this Hangout. I was having problems with them previously. They seem to have been corrected, and I was in a hurry to get started with the game. I was running late, so we'll see what happens. 3rd and 10, Dennis notoriously likes to run the ball on 3rd and long, and especially in this position where he can create a shorter 4th down conversion attempt, or maybe into field goal range. So I bet you see a linebacker draw for Lynch, or an off tackle draw for Lynch, and it's a linebacker draw for Lynch. Penalty on somebody, and it's on Dennis's team. That would have been a 7-yard gain, which would have given Dennis a 4th and 3 at the Denver 35, and he would have gone for it. Instead, he has a 3rd and 15 from the Denver 43. Tough to run and run in these 3rd and longs sometimes because the linebackers might blitz or double team. Well, linebackers might blitz, really, but you can't do the draw to get away from it. Linebacker draw to Lynch again. Blocking back +3 or +1. Not what Dennis is looking for. Lynch only gets a yard. I think that even Dennis will punt it on 4th and 14 from the Denver 42. Looking for the coffin corner with Ryan Allen. And it looks like he's going to get a nice coffin corner punt. Maybe not. Let's see what happens here. Returnable from the 8-yard line. Bounces into the end zone for a touchback. And that's why I should have gone for it, Dennis. I'll tell you, even though it's 4th and 14. So 22-yard net punt, which was the right play, is to do the punt. And the Broncos come out. They had some penalty adversity themselves on their first drive. So you see Dennis is just hammering Marshawn Lynch in the defense so far. Short pass, Julius Thomas, single coverage, 3-minute zone. Heavy blitzing, and it's a must-run gain of 4 yards for Foles, creating a 2nd down and 6. Short pass to Denarius Moore, who's double teamed. Receiver reading incomplete. We've seen some aggressive double teaming of Denarius Moore by Dennis here in the first part of the Super Bowl. Roddy White's covered by a 6, and Dennis is covering the other guys by 5. So Moore maybe gets a lot of long pass catches, has had good stats perhaps for Kurt. I'm not sure. 3 wide, 1 halfback, 3rd and 6. Looking best, Julius Thomas. White dies 6. It makes the linebacker vacate his zone. And it's a 9-yard pickup for a big first down from Foles to Julius Thomas. Foles does not have a great flat pass card, but you can still attack those 4s and 5s, especially the 4s. Previously, I had said you could attack the 5s aggressively, a little more advanced spreadsheet work, including interceptions and sacks, is maybe that's not the case. Play action to Roddy White is incomplete, guessed wrong. And there you see Foles' magnificent short pass wrong card, 3, 7, 12, 18, 19. Well, 22 units and a lot of good yardage. So it's a very good short pass wrong card. It's very excellent, actually. I'm spoiled with Peyton Manning's card that I ruined. Not ruined, but I failed to win the championship with. Lost the Super Bowl. 2nd and 10 for Denver at their own 33. Pitch out left, Alfred Morris. 8 is a gain of 6 yards. Morris has a pretty decent card. Gets you some positive yards. Gets the occasional short gain. Gets the occasional big run, but not good enough to make people want to, run all the time against him. Linebacker Alfred Morris, 5. That is a Rick Byron special. Rick likes those running backs who are just decent enough to get the job done, but nobody wants to call run against them. Then you run those guys about 25, 30 times and have a great deal of success. And that's Alfred Morris doing it there with a 5-yard line buck. Here's an end run left to Morris. Defense guessing pass again. Offensive onside tackle +5 or 0 is a 5-yard gain behind Doug Free. You've got 7s at left guard, left tackle, and center for this Denver Bronco offensive line. They're all 5s run blocking. You have 4 run blockings on the right side with the pass blocking of 5. Right tight ends is 0. Off tackle left, Alfred Morris, one linebacker there. And he gets the first down, but there's a fumble, and Dennis picks it up. Alfred Morris on a 1 to 12 out of 1,000 fumble. Hits a number 4 for a fumble. Dennis has been fortunate, I feel, getting some fumbles and turnovers in this postseason in various leagues, although his Battle Royale season did come to an end, as did his SSFA season. He was very unfortunate with no turnovers there in the last 4 minutes to the eventual champion Jacksonville Jaguars. But there's a big turnover in this Super Bowl, so we can get this one. Russell Wilson and Marshawn Lynch, 0-0, late first quarter. Short pass, Zach Miller. Defense guesses pass. Receiver with 3 minutes +12 on Miller's card. He has 4-9, 13, 16-unit short pass right, so 16-22 card. Decent flat pass. I know he can go deep, theoretically. And, of course, he's a 6 blocking. 1st and 10 for the Seahawks at the Bronco 43, late first quarter in the SOMSFA Super Bowl. Play action to Mercedes Lewis, 4-minute zone. Defense guesses run. Russell Wilson's guard is 5 for +16. Wilson has 19 short pass wrong completions. He has a better card next year with the run being so explosive, and a better flat pass card next year. 1st and 10 for Seattle. Next year's right around the corner. This will be the last game in the SOMSFA family of leagues with the 2013 card set. We are drafting on Saturday morning, September 12th, I believe. 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 10 Central. Off tackle left for Marshawn Lynch. Guess right, 11 +3. And his 2nd down and 7. Lynch now has 6 carries for 35 yards. I'm going to assume Dennis has another back that can get at least a few carries in case he really wants to pound it. Of course, he likes to run with Wilson sometimes. Harder to do when you have a good running back in the game. More likely that they will call run. Looking past the Lynch. Double team this time, but on the defensive card, 6 is a 2-yard gain. And Dennis will take that on the double team. These teams are using the average Stratomatic Football Draft League defensive cards. 3 for 4 for 30 yards for Russell throwing today. 3rd and 5. Dennis goes 3 wide, 1 halfback from a pistol. Defense goes nickel 3-3-5. This is interesting. Dennis normally likes to run it in these spots. People know that. Kurt probably knows that. Dennis changing up the formation, maybe make the guy less likely to call run. But do you want to run from the 3 wide when you've dragged all your guys down in run blocking on a 3rd and 5? I don't know. And you've increased the chances for a 0-yard gain. It's a short pass, Riley Cooper. Riley the racist gets a must run, and it's going to be a 1st down. 6 yards for Russell Wilson down to the 16-yard line. I hope I didn't get in trouble with that comment, but I was not fond of Mr. Cooper's comments at the Kenny Chesney concert last year. 1st and 10 for the Seahawks at the Denver 16. Play action to Julian Edelman. That's complete to Wilson's card. It could be a touchdown, and it is. 16-yard touchdown pass from Russell Wilson to Julian Edelman. Short man to short man. And it's going to be 7-0 Seahawks following the extra point. It is good. The Seattle Seahawks take a 7-0 lead on these Denver Broncos. But Kurt's played a good game so far, on offense especially. And, and Dennis is going to force Kurt to issue a couple of run calls against Lynch. And Dennis got a couple play action passes there. And that's the name of the game in Stratomatic football. If you can get the guy guessing wrong when you're throwing, you're in good shape usually. Particularly flat and short is more consistent than the bomb. Of course, we all love to get that long pass wrong. Big play that often seems to elude us. Pitch out left to Alfred Morris as a man in the zone, linebacker in the zone, -3 or +2, but Jabal Sheard could not make the play. He has a 5. Then this defense looks fairly strong here. So 4-3 that goes 5-5-6-5, it looks like. These 5s always look like 0s to me. I need to put my glasses on. Linebacker draw to Alfred Morris. 10 on his card is 8 yards on a 1st down. Dennis had been blitzing quite a bit on the outside there. His linebackers are 5-4-5. Maybe the middle linebacker can rush, perhaps. He's a 4-5, Michael Kendricks. All pass Roddy White. There's a penalty, though. It would have been an incomplete pass. It's going to be offsides on the Broncos. That is at least their 2nd penalty of the day. And it's 1st and 15. Would have been incomplete anyway on the long pass right. No man receiver reading on Roddy White's card. 1st and 15. Short pass to Alfred Morris. 3 men in the zone. It'll be a 6-yard must run, but there's a flag down yet again. and this time it's a personal foul. I had a feeling it would be. And 15 yards and a first down for Denver. A lot of debate about whether or not these penalties are a good thing or a bad thing. Left tackle right for Alfred Morris, offensive onside tackle +4 or -1. Anthony Collins, the beleaguered Tampa Bay free agent, now a free agent for everybody, I believe, makes the block. He's only 4 yards. End run left to Alfred Morris, guessed right, gets a dreaded -4 on the end run right reading. Dennis snuffed that one out. 3rd down and 10. A little bit of no huddle there by Kurt. He was quickly calling that play. Morris already has 10 carries for 47 yards here as we start the second quarter. 3rd and 10 Broncos. They go 3 wide, 1 halfback, and a shotgun formation. Flat pass right to Narius Moore. It'll be incomplete, but there's another penalty, like the 3rd one this series, and it's an offsides on the Seahawks. So instead of facing a punt, they give the Broncos another chance to convert, and it'll be 3rd and 5 instead of 3rd and 10. So the Broncos have 3rd and 5 on the Seattle 49-yard line. 3 wide, 1 halfback. Marcus Wheaton is your 3rd receiver after the other 2 guys succumbed to injuries. Lamar Miller in the backfield. Flat pass right. Roddy White is double-teamed, and then is picked off on the double team and a flat pass. We know what that could mean. And there goes the defender down the sideline, and he gets a 20-yard return. Jared Johnson, the veteran outside linebacker, picked it off on a flat pass right double team of Nick Foles. Roddy White's covered by a 6. Dennis double-teamed anyway, thinking that Kurt would think Roddy White was a safe target. Especially when you have these must-run quarterbacks. You always want to throw to the safe target, but you want to throw to someone who's not double-teamed, keep alive the hope of the must-run. So Dennis did a great job reading that. Instead of the penalty hurting him, the penalty put him in a position where he picked off the ball and ran it back 20 yards on a correct double-team. Now it's Seattle 7, Denver nothing. Seattle's ball to Denver 35. Big turn of events here in the early second quarter of the SOMSFA Super Bowl. Off tackle left, Marshawn Lynch gets a 10 +4, guessed right. Makes it a 2nd down and 6 at the Denver 31. So the Seahawks already in field goal range. Dennis not known to settle for field goals. 2 tight end formation. Very popular in the online Strat football community. Off tackle left to Lynch. Run key, but there's nobody there. Lynch on his card gets a 6 +3. Kurt was looking for the end run and had blitzed on the outside, keying Lynch. No men in the off-tackle or linebacker zones, so the key was not in effect. 3rd down and 3 for Seattle. They're at the Denver 28. 8 carries, 42 yards for Lynch. We've seen a lot of Lynch, and we see some clutch passing from Russell Wilson as well on some play actions. Linebacker Lynch, there's one linebacker there, but it's guessed wrong. And 10 of Marshawn's card is a 1st down, 5 yards. Very solid card. Only 4 and 5, getting you less than 4 yards. NFL Ed has Lynch rated as the league #1 back in the set next year. Stratfile will have him at number 3, I believe. But it's a good card next year regardless. Pretty similar this year in a lot of ways. 1st and 10, Aaron Wright, Russell Wilson. Defense guesses run, and Wilson gains 3 yards. I did not see if Dennis still had Lynch in the game for that play. Kind of tough to run and run with these quarterbacks if you have a good running back in the game. And the Aaron Wright can often be disastrous on the quarterback's card. Not as much with some of these frequent scramblers like Russell Wilson. I can't think of someone else, maybe Colin Kaepernick. 2nd and 7 for the Seahawks at the Denver 20-yard line. 2 tights, 2 wides, 1 running back. Linebacker Lynch. 1 linebacker there gets wrong. 9 on Lynch's card is a 6-yard gain. Denver trying to pretty much give Seattle the run, but occasionally guessing run. And Dennis has done a good job with the play calling. All of these plays have been called wrong, both run and pass. 3rd and 1, Seahawks at Denver 14. Short pass, Brandon Marshall. He's double teamed, so it's incomplete. Clutch double team by Kurt. I'm sure that would have been a must run. It would have been a must run, which would likely have been a 1st down. 4th and 1, Dennis settles for the field goal in uncrowley-like fashion. But I think that's the right move. Make it a 2-score game. It's almost an automatic field goal. Why be greedy and be stuck at 7-0? Here's the kickoff. It's going to be a touchback. Next year, these kickers have 4 units of touchback and -8s and -9s, where a touchback would previously have been. So if you have a great kick returner, you can maybe try and return it. Good luck with that. 1st and 10, Seahawks Broncos. Looking past Julius Thomas. Defense guessing run. 6 on the white die. Precipitates a 0-men reading of +10 on the defense's card. Flat pass, no men. So Andy Dalton has relieved Nick Foles. Is Foles out for the game? Linebacker Alfred Morris is 5 yards. Did I miss an injury to the quarterback? Or has Nick Foles just gone to the bench? I hate to miss a play, but I'm going to double check this. No, we have a quarterback substitution. I think that means Dalton will be in the rest of the game. I don't know about that. Flat pass left, Roddy White. Guess right. It's a 5-yard completion. Now you can go West Coast with the Red Rifle and Alfred Morris. But Dalton, I believe, has to stay in the rest of the game now by league rule. It could be that Foles can come back into the second half. I'm not sure. But Foles is on the bench for Andy Dalton in the Super Bowl. Wow. Short pass double team. Curtis says, I am not playing around. What have you done for me lately? Perform or go home. Looking past Alfred Morris. Defense gets him pass. Defender -1 or +4 is going to be incomplete. And now he wants Foles in the game. No, that was the computer. Dalton's in there. 3rd down and 10. Offense 2 tight end. Defense nickel 3-3-5. Draw to Alfred Morris gains 5 yards. It's not going to break containment for 4th down. You're likely to see a punt here. 4th and 5 Denver at their own 45. John Ryan on to punt. Julian Edelman to return. I think Ryan might have a block on 12. He does, but 10 is a 39-yard punt. That's going to get down inside the 20, and it looks like it's going to bounce and kick back in Seattle's favor, just about 3 yards. So the Seahawks will take over 1st and 10 at their own 19, midway through the second quarter of the SOMSFA Super Bowl. Seahawks 10, Broncos nothing. First and 10 Seahawks. End run right, Marshawn Lynch. Defense guesses right. Lynch hit 7 on his own card +5. Not a terrible end run right card for Lynch, which you'd expect given his status as an outstanding running back who is good at the tough yards, especially near the goal line. You might want to remind Dennis and Pete Carroll about that. Har. Short pass, Mercedes Lewis in the play action. Then again, it's a 5+16. There's a penalty on the play, so this will be a 1st down unless it's brought back. And we have offsides on the Broncos. So Seattle will decline that, and it's a 16-yard completion from Russell Wilson to Mercedes Lewis. Dennis has popped that 5+16 and Russell Wilson 3 times. And if he had run, we know that would be a dreaded fumble, no yard reading, or worse. I'm right. Short pass, Julian Edelman, 7 on Wilson's got complete, 13 yards. Russell, the muscle, 6 of 8, 75 yards, 1 touchdown. And Dennis has this Denver defense off balance because Lynch is running well, but he's popping short passes consistently with Russell Wilson guessed wrong on Russell's card. Denver doesn't have an answer right now on defense. It's a strong-looking defense, a 3-4. Off tackle left, Marshawn Lynch, they call pass. 6 is a 3-yard gain. Defense goes 5-5-5 on the defensive line, 5-5-6-5 at linebacker. They got a 6-strong safety. Otherwise, 5s in the secondary. So pretty strong defensive unit, 9-5, 2 6s. 2nd down and 7 for the Seahawks. I don't recall seeing too many 4s running around for Seattle either, if any. The middle linebacker. Short pass, Julian Edelman. Intercepted 2 to 5 and 12 on Wilson's card. 6 is incomplete. Short pass right that time. And 11 was an interception, 2 to 5 and 12 on Russell's card. 3rd and 7, Seahawks at the Bronco 44. Again, we know they want to run it here, get close and go for the 4th down. But he goes 3 wide, 1 halfback pistol. Last time he chose not to run it from the 3 wide. I think he will again choose not to run it. You want to throw a short pass here to someone safe so that you leave open the must-run reading. Flat pass right to Marshawn Lynch. 6 is a 3-yard gain. Sets up a 4th and 4 at Denver 41. Now, Dennis might go for it here, but he's up 10-0, 5:42. He is going to go for it. I like this call. 4th and 4. Not even 4th and 1 or 4th and 2. 4th and 4, Seattle to Denver 41. 5:42 to go in the Super Bowl. He's been hot with the short passing to Russell Wilson, and Dennis changes his mind. Calls timeout. What is that? Now he comes back out. Okay, he was in a shotgun before. Call timeout, did not change his mind. He's on a regular formation with no shotgun. What to do. Short pass, Mercedes Lewis. Defense against his run. They have 4 men there. 12 of the defense's card is complete for 12 yards and a 1st down. Russell Wilson to Mercedes Lewis, who's covered by the 6. You see Lewis was unlikely to be double-teamed there. Dennis wanted to leave alive the possibility of the must-run and short pass right for Russell to get those 4 yards. And it was wrong, but he got the defense anyway. 12 was a completion of 12 yards. Would have been a long game with 3 men in zone. Short pass, Mercedes Lewis again with 4 men in zone. Receiver reading incomplete. Here's where that hurts you, as Lewis only has 22 short pass wrong completions, a 16/22 short pass card, which is not that good. Really not starting quality, but he's a good flat pass receiver. He's a good blocker. He's a tight end. So it's a second tight end. So there you go. Second down and 10 for the Seahawks at the Bronco 29. It's a big 4th and 4 conversion. Defense 3-4 showing blitz. Dennis has tackle 7s, otherwise 5s for pass blocking. I have not had a chance to look at the pass rush, and they don't play with the pass rush box on generally, because it takes up my whole screen. And we're right, Russell Wilson, even because of pass, no linebackers there. Offensive onside guard +8 or +3, and he's a 5. That's Harvey Dahl, the veteran. So 5 and a 5 nets Russell Wilson 8 yards. And the Seahawks are driving 3rd and 2 at the Bronco 21-yard line. 4:12 to go in the first half. Seahawks 10, Broncos nothing in the Super Bowl. Seahawks will receive the kick, I believe, to start the second half. And we're right, Marshawn Lynch. No one there. Defense gets us wrong. 7's a short gain, and Lynch brings it inside the 10, right down to the 10. An 11-yard gain on the short gain. 1st and goal, Seattle at the Denver 10. 10-0 Seahawks. 3-4 blitz shown by the Broncos. Kurt needs to stop here. And we're right, Marshawn Lynch again. No linebackers there. 11 on his card. That's going to be close to the touchdown. Not quite. 9-yard gain for Lynch. And a 2nd and goal from the 1 for the Seattle Seahawks. 3 minutes to go. Leading 10-0. 14 carries, 81 yards for beast mode. That's how you do it, Dennis would tell me, since I don't run it enough. With Lynch, he thinks. 2nd and goal from the 1, Seahawks. Linebacker Robert Turbin. Defense king Robert Turbin. Linebacker in the right part of the zone, 0+4. The now retired Patrick Willis is a 6, of course. Makes the play, so it's 3rd and 1. As I check the old... Near the goal line, you might not want to throw at Russell Wilson. He didn't do too well last time I saw that in the NFL. Full house backfield for the Seahawks. Turbin, Lynch, and Derek Coleman, the lefty, free throw shooter. I wonder if he wears number 44, like Derek Coleman, the basketball player, did. Linebacker Turbin, defense against his run. Turbin finds the seam and plunges into the end zone for 3 yards and a touchdown, Seattle. In this first half right now, it's all Seahawks. 17-0 if the kick is good. The kick is good, but a penalty. I bet it's offsetting penalties. And no, it's not. It's a hold. So we'll see if they accept that on the kickoff. They do, of course. 17-0 Seattle. 2:06 to go. Here goes the kick down to the 1-yard line. But is that actually the 11? Yes. The kickoff card said the 1, but you add the 10, it gives you 11. 24-yard return on the opponent KR by Michael Spurlock. And the Broncos will have first down at their own 35. 2 minutes to go. They have all 3 timeouts. They need a drive here. Get some points on the board would be nice. Dalton's a quarterback. He may be stuck with Dalton the rest of the game. I don't know. Maybe he falls in a bad year. Linebacker draw to Alfred Morris, right guard +7 and +2. He's only a 4. Uche Nomineri. So it's a 2-yard gain. And they went hurry up, it looks like. 1:37 to go. 2nd and 8. Defense in a nickel 3-3-5. Off tackle draw, Alfred Morris left. 6 + 7 is the first. No, it's not a first down. It was 2nd down and 8. Excuse me. 3rd and 1 now for the Broncos at their own 44. They go hurry up again. 1:55. Seahawks trapped in a nickel. They do have 2 timeouts left. 2 tight end formation for the offense. Morris now has 14 carries for 66 yards. He can pop a big run. Linebacker Alfred Morris, offensive center reading, is a penalty on the play. That's the offsides against Seattle. Declined because it was a 12-yard gain with Steven Wisniewski making the block. Center 5 against a white tie 4. Zeb likes that call. Linebacker. And on the penalty, the clock stops at 1:07. So sort of a free timeout there for the Broncos. 1st and 10 Broncos in the Seattle 44. Doing it with Alfred Morris in this drive as they try to get on the board before halftime. Flat pass left to Morris is complete for 4 yards on the Red Rifles card. Red Rifle throwing flat passes, of course. Perhaps not the most accurate nickname in professional sports history. 2nd and 6 for the Broncos. They called a timeout. They're looking past Alfred Morris against the 4 linebackers, complete for 5 yards on Dalton's card. It was a 5 on Dalton's card, which would not have been a good play if Denver had run the ball. They call timeout again. 3rd and 1 Broncos at the Seattle 35. They have 1 timeout left. 52 seconds to go. Dennis stays in the nickel 3-3-5. His nose tackle is a 5. That is Jarrell Casey, who also provides pass rush. He's got a 4 at left end right now. And that guy has to cover Alfred Morris. Long pass Julius Thomas, who's double teamed. And here comes the pass rush. And down goes the Red Rifle. Anthony Collins, a 5. Brian Robinson with the blitzes, a 10. And down Broncos are pushed out of field goal range. They're not going to score here. 4th and 12 at the Seattle 46. They're going to punt it. And it is a 39-yard punt down to the 7. Let's see if Dennis returns it or lets it bounce. And it's going to take a bounce. Goes 3 yards in the Broncos' favor. And Dennis will have the ball at his own 4. And can he take 2 knees? It was 1 yard or 2 yards on the knee. It's Strat. I always forget. And I always try to remember when I first attended my own 1 or 2 yard line. What quarterback take a knee to Russell Wilson? And you lose 1 yard. Okay. So Denver calls timeout. You'll see another knee here from Wilson, I assume. We could see an off tackle with Lynch. I don't think Dennis wants to waste the carry. I think Lynch has a dot. I'm not sure. Maybe it's a 12-long gain. Yes, Russell Wilson takes a knee. And we go to the half. 17-0 Broncos. No, 17-0 Seahawks. And the participants look like they're going to take a minute. And no, they're going to take only a second. And here's the kickoff. The Broncos kick off, and it's a touchback. Not even an obligatory good half. There it is. Good half from Dennis. Lots of rolls went my way, says the Seattle Seahawks head coach. Good luck in the second half. And the good luck wish is returned by Kurt. We don't really mean that. We're being sportsmen. Yes, good luck, good game, what they really mean to say. We don't want you to suddenly get very lucky in the second half, do we? Anyway, off tackle right from Marshawn Lynch. Offensive onside end +5 was +0. And Zach Miller's a 6. He makes the block, 6.55 on the right side. Lynch now 15 carries, 86 yards. And it looks like 17-0 Seahawks. Early third quarter of the Super Bowl, they lead 17-0. Off tackle right for Lynch. Defense gets his run with no linebackers on that side. And it's a 3-yard gain for beast mode. Makes it 3rd down and 2. I don't really pull my quarterback, so I don't remember what the rule is in SOMSFA leagues regarding if it's the rest of the half or the rest of the game when you pull your quarterback. But that's worth considering when Denver comes back out on offense. 3rd and 2 for Seattle. Off tackle right from Marshawn Lynch. Fumble +3. Of course, it's, not the individualized fumble. It's an 8+3 on the defense's card. That's a 1st down for Seattle. 17 carries, 92 yards for Lynch. Short pass, Julian Edelman. Defense gets his pass. But Russell Wilson hits his card, 9 +14. Wilson's on fire. 9 of 13 for 104 when asked to throw. Seattle does have a 2-to-1 run-to-pass ratio right now. And they've got numerous short pass wrong readings. So off tackle right for Marshawn Lynch. Blocking back +7 or +5. There was no blocking back, but hey, you gained 5 yards. That's not bad at all. 18 carries, 97 yards for Lynch. That's about 12 more before he fatigues. I'm sure there's another running back on this team that can run the ball, since Dennis usually has a second guy, and he likes to be able to run it as much as he needs to. Off tackle right for Marshawn Lynch. Looks to be 3 yards, but there's a penalty on the play. That is offsides on Denver. 1st down Seahawks. Penalties hurting the Broncos so far this afternoon in the SOMSFA Super Bowl. Seattle now at the Denver 45, crossing midfield for the first time in the second half on their first possession of the half. Linebacker Marshawn Lynch, defense gets his pass. No linebackers there. Nose tackle, no gain. Another penalty, holding on Seattle. Makes it a 1st and 20. I know there's some people who say the penalties are realistic. They're part of the NFL. They just ruin these games at times. And they're having a negative impact on the enjoyment of the game, I find right now, as I call the game. Other people feel differently. Got to overcome the penalties. They're part of football. Yeah. 1st and 20 for Seattle. Julian Edelman, short pass receiver on a dump off is incomplete. That was to Zach Miller. It'll be 2nd down and 20. Everyone and their brother knows that Dennis wants to run an end run with Russell Wilson here, but maybe he won't. But Dennis is telling himself, I threw it past the 1st down. Maybe he's not going to get us run. I can sneak him and run with Russell here. Maybe he can get some big number on the snake eyes. Let's see if he does it. If he does the Russell Wilson here. 2nd and 20. And from Marshawn Lynch, there's a linebacker there. Defense against us wrong. The dreaded 5 no yards. I got to stop saying that. I say it every single time that the 5 comes up, but it is dreaded. 3rd and 20. For Seattle at their own 45. Thinking, what should we do here? Go big or go home. You'll see a bomb to Mercedes Lewis. Maybe a linebacker for Lynch, trying to get the double box. Linebacker row to Marshawn Lynch. There's 2 linebackers behind there, though, so double box not in play. Offensive right guard, Harvey Dahl makes the block for a 7-yard gain. 4th and 13, Seattle. Call for corner punt. This one looks like it's probably going to be a touchback. It's going to be a tough call. Yes, just inside the pylon. 50-yard. It was a 48-yard kick in the stats, 28-yard net. Touchback. So the Broncos have the ball at their own 20. For their first possession of the second half. I didn't like that long pass he threw when he was in field goal range. Could have got some points on the board. Left tackle right for Alfred Morris, 9+2. He was already in field goal range. He got sacked. And now still needs 3 scores. But there's still a lot of football left to play. So you get a nice drive here, get a score, and it's a brand new, then you can hopefully eat back into it if you start stopping Seattle again. 2nd and 8, Alfred Morris, linebacker in the middle, offensive right guard, 7-2. Uche Nawanari cannot make the block. He's only a 4. So it's 3rd and 6. Nick Foles is in the game here in the second half. No, it's still Dalton. It's that thing where the computer shows you certain players on the field for your opponent, but then once he clicks, the right players come on. So Andy Dalton is the quarterback. Long pass to Narius Suarez. Double team that is picked off 2 to 6 and 12 on the defense. Intercepted by Seattle. And let's see what happens on the return from their own 40. Crossing into the defensive territory, it's Kenny Vaccaro. Picking off the long pass, 2 to 6 and 12, and returns it 15 yards. The red rifle, not the answer that Denver was looking for right now. It was, I think, only 10-0 when he brought him in. I could see where he wanted to go West Coast against the Seahawk 4-3 that has a 4-middle linebacker, but now down 17-0. I think he'd probably rather have Nick Foles in the game. I don't know if he can do that by league rule in the second half. But we have Seattle leading 17-0. They have the ball now. 1st and 10 at the Denver 39. Midway through the 3rd quarter of the Super Bowl. Things looking very good for House Crowley. The Red Rifle, 4 of 7 for 24 yards. No touchdowns, 1 interception so far. And Alfred Morris starting to get closer to his fatigued attempts. A bit of a delay here. I'm not sure on whose end, but could be some thinking going on, some strategy. Could be the doorbell rang, and you had to go get the door. And we're right from Marshawn Lynch. 8 is a 5-year game, but there's another penalty, and it is offsetting, which is very exciting. So for absolutely no reason in this fictional game, that play was wiped out. 1st and 10 for Seattle at the Denver 39. Lynch has 20 carries for 104 yards. And Sean Green, there you go, checks into the game. I knew Dennis had another running back. He's almost certainly going to run the ball here with Sean Green. No, play action pass to Mercedes Lewis. 4 in the zone. 9 in the defense, picked off 2 to 6 and 12. Could be big, but incomplete. So Dennis got the 2 to 6 and 12 long pass pickoff on defense, although Denver was about to punt anyway. But on the other end, 2 to 6 and 12 is incomplete. So that can happen. But of course, like I said, Dennis was going to get the ball anyway there. 2nd and 10. Lynch checks back in the game. 8:06 to go in the 3rd quarter. Seahawks 17, Broncos 0. Flat pass right to Lynch. 6 in the white die, beats the linebacker. It's a short gain and a 1st down to beast mode of 16 yards. And the Seahawks have the ball at the Bronco 23. And they lead 17-0 midway through the 3rd quarter. Wilson, 10 of 16, 120 yards. Blocking back formation for Seattle. We have seen this at times. More is a pitch out right. A keeper and run right for Russell Wilson. Linebacker -3 or +2. And Seal Moore with a 5 is beaten for the 2nd straight play and cannot make the tackle. So it's a 2-yard gain for Russell. He's got 6 carries for 17 yards. Most of those were must runs. I assume we had the keepers, and those count against your stats. 2nd and 8, linebacker Marshawn Lynch. Defense guesses run, and Lynch gains 4 yards. Only has, I believe, 9 more unfatigued carries. So you are going to see Sean Green and Russell Wilson getting more rushing attempts. Seattle inside the Denver 20 now at the 17-yard line. A big 3rd and 4. Off tackle right for Lynch. He gains 2. And on 4th and 2, Justin Tucker comes out for a 32-yard attempt. I believe it's 2-10. It is 2-10, and it's good on a 9. And the Seahawks extend their lead. 20-0 Seattle with a field goal from Justin Tucker following the interception on a long pass on 3rd and 6, I believe. Kickoff down to the 1-yard line is going to be brought out close to the 20 by Michael Spurlock. That's a 17-yard return. And Denver has the ball 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line. I bet Denver is wondering right now. No, maybe okay. He probably knows the rule. I think Kurt's been in these leagues a long time. I don't think he would switch quarterbacks without knowing the rule and the ramifications. And it's Andy Dalton still at the QB spot as the offense goes 3 wide, 1 halfback. I was not in this league for the whole season, so I don't know what these guys did in the regular season, Dalton versus Foles, what have you. I mean, he's in the Super Bowl. How badly could Nick Foles have done? But now down 20-0. Linebacker Lamar Miller, offensive center +3 or +0. That'll be a 3-yard gain. 4 on a 4. Wisniewski's normally a 5, knocked down to a 4 because of the passing formation. Monty Ball checks in for this passing formation. 3 wide, 1 halfback. No shotgun. Flat pass right to Monty Ball. Defense standing around and guessing pass. Nothing wrong with that with a big lead. And the other team's in a passing formation with Andy Dalton at the helm. 3rd down and 1 for Denver. 3 wide, 1 halfback. Monty Ball. That looks like the formation of choice for this series. Dalton on a quarterback keeper gains 1 yard for the 1st down. You can just picture Dennis saying, I'll let you run from that 3 wide all day long as I have this big lead, certainly. And with guys like Monty Ball, left tackle Jordan, Monty Ball gets 8 in the defense. That's 10 plus a box. 20-yard gain for Monty Ball. And Denver needed something like that. And they'll need more of that to try and get back in this game in a hurry. They trail 20-0. Saving Alfred Morris's carries with this. Looking past to Jared Boykin. Linebacker zone, extra short gain. He's a 4, but he makes the play. 4 and a 4. Michael Kendricks has to frustrate Kurt after his 5 linebacker disappeared on 1 play and was beaten for a short gain. 2nd and 10. Tough to envision him running the ball here. That Monty Ball right card on the white die, not too appealing. And Denver and Seattle does have a nose tackle 5, but he does run it off tackle left again. 8 plus 10 with the box, another 20-yard gain. Monty Ball, 2 carries for 40 yards. So what am I talking about? 3 wide, 1 halfback. This is interesting. So you can hit a few more 8s, and he tests the old heat check. Runs the same play again. Off tackle left from Monty Ball. Defensive tackle +2 or +6. Jarrell Casey makes the play. 2nd down and 8 for the Broncos. They're at the Seattle 30. They trail 20-0. 1:30 to go in the 3rd quarter. Made 3 touchdowns. And we have the defense calling timeout here. They've seen enough of this nickel, I presume. Alfred Morris looks like he's back in the game as Denver goes to a blocking back. No, Monty Ball's still in the game, but Denver is blocking back. Monty's pretty solid guess wrong. He's not very good guess right. 2nd down and 8. The Red Rifle under center. Flat pass left to Rhett Ellison. Linebacker zone, extra short gain. He's a 5 and makes the play. That's Jabal Sheard. And it'll be 3rd down and 8 for the Broncos. Still, if he had that field goal instead of taking the risk of the bomb in the first half and it was 20-3, you'd still feel a little better. But then a field goal here would be in play. But here at 20-0, a field goal doesn't really help you. So a little bit limiting. Linebacker Monty Ball, offensive left guard, +6 or +1 on 3rd and 6. And Ramon Foster makes the block, even though he was knocked down to a 4. And it's 4th and 2 Broncos at the Seattle 24. And they're down 20-0, so they're going to go for it. They need 3 touchdowns, and we're in the final seconds of the 3rd quarter. 4th and 2 Broncos at the Seattle 24. Huge play here. Don't expect Dennis to concede the run. Short pass, Roddy White, play action is complete. 4 +10 on the Red Rifles card. That is kind of an ugly short pass wrong card. 1, 3, 6, 12, 17 units. 1st and 10. Everyone left out for Morris. Defense gets his run. No gain on Morris's card. Denver running the old hurry-up offense now in terms of calling their plays quickly. But after that one, he will take a minute. And goes back to the 3 wide with Monty Ball. It was Alfred Morris in the previous carry for no gain. Three wide, 1 halfback defense showing blitz for the nickel 3-3-5. Short pass, Roddy White. Defender makes a short game with a penalty on the play. Defender makes the play, but is flagged for interference. Pass interference on the defense. That's going to be a 1st down for Denver at the Seattle 1-yard line. That was the first play of the 4th quarter. Full house backfield, double tight end. Jed Collins, Monty Bull, and Alfred Morris, the running backs. Linebacker Jed Collins gets behind the center and runs it in. 1-yard touchdown. And the Broncos run the board 20-7 if Graham Gano is good on the extra point. And he is 2-12. So it's 20-7 Broncos. And now down 2 touchdowns. The kickoff from Gano goes deep into the end zone for a touchback. And the Seahawks will have the ball 1st down and 10 at their own 20 as they lead 20-7. It's an interesting part of the game here. Early 4th quarter, a turnover or a big stop followed by a big play. Really turn things around in this game. And then Dennis will start to feel some real pressure. But there's a long way to go from here to there. Linebacker Marshawn Lynch. 1 linebacker in zone. He's a 6. That's Patrick Willis, who makes the tackle on his former NFC West rival. That's a 1-yard loss, despite the wrong call. 2nd down and 11 now. Lynch, 23 carries, 109 yards. He only has seven healthy carries. 2nd and 11. I would not be surprised if Denver and Russell Wilson here, because as Denver left, Marshawn Lynch, defense against his run, offensive onside tackle, 5-0. That's Tyron Smith, the All-Pro from the Dallas Cowboys. This is a 6-7. Makes the block, and Lynch gains 5 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 6 Seahawks. They go blocking back 1 halfback. Defense goes nickel 3-3-5. Will Dennis run it here and hope to get, a blocking reading or a box or that 7+7 on the defense? Or will he do a pass and try to get must run? Flat pass right, Zach Miller being double teamed by a defensive back. So that's not what Dennis wants. 11 on Wilson's card is picked off. This could change the game. The big turnover. I don't see a flag. Denver on the flat pass is running it back down inside the 20-yard line. So on 3rd down and 6, Dennis throws a flat pass to Zach Miller. Should be a normal, safe play. But from the 3-3-5, Denver was double-teaming multiple receivers, including Zach Miller. And Russell rolled 11, intercepted on his own card. And T.J. Ward, the outstanding Denver safety, returned to 12 yards to the Seattle 17. Looking past Monty Ball, guessed right, +4 on the Red Rifles card, but there's a flag on the play and an injury. The injury is Anthony Collins, right tackle, will be out for the game. The penalty was against Seattle. Offsides, as things are suddenly very interesting. Denver has 1st and 5 at the Seattle 12. 12 minutes to go. Denver trailing 20-7 in the Super Bowl. Touchdown here. They're within 2 scores. They need the touchdown. If only they had kicked that field goal in the first half. I look to Lamar Miller, offensive right guard, +7 and +2. Gains 2 yards. It's 2nd and 3. As Kurt has been rotating Lamar Miller and Monty Ball in here in the second half to keep Alfred Morris preserved for the most important carries and for the entire game. Morris ran a lot in the first half and did well. 2nd down and 3 Broncos at the Seattle 10. Seattle running a 4-3. Linebackers a 5-4-5. Andy Dalton, outstanding flat pass card. Short pass, not so much. Off tackle right, Alfred Morris. Offensive onside end. +7 or +2, and the tight end 0, Julius Thomas, may need to toughen up a little bit. He could not make the block there. Both tight ends are zeros. 3rd and 1 for Denver at the Seattle 8. They go full house backfield, double tight end. They need a touchdown. Not a bad time to throw it. Throws it into the end zone. It's picked off. 4-man Andy Dalton on the defense's card, pretending it's the NFL with his playoff performance here. And on the defense's card, 9 with 4-man. Guess wrong. A heartbreaker for Denver. Could have turned around the Super Bowl. Could have given them a chance at a championship. I think it was a good call to throw a pass there. 3rd and 1 from the 8. Going full house, double tight end. First down is what you need. You think that Dennis is not going to concede the first down. Dennis gets his run. And you end up getting picked off, and the defense is caught on a 9. 2 to 6 and 12. Well, the Broncos are not dead yet, but that really hurt. We had a penalty on Denver, offsides here in the first play from the scrimmage, which was an off tackle of Sean Green, who does not fumble the ball much at all, 6.0 against Wright. 1st and 5, Seattle. Off tackle left, Sean Green. We have another penalty, and this one's on the Seahawks. They're called for offside for 1st and 10. No, on Denver again. Offsides in Denver. So 1st down, Seattle now at their own 30. A lot of penalties on the Broncos tonight. Maybe 6 or 7 compared to maybe 1 for Seattle, maybe 2. 1st and 10, Seattle. Linebacker Marshawn Lynch. Defense gets his run. Linebacker in zone -1. And Donta Hightower makes the tackle. Lynch is down to 113 yards. He's lost a yard on each of his last 2 carries. 2nd down and 11, Seahawks. 9:54 to go. Sean Green in the backfield. 20 to 7, Seahawks in this Super Bowl for SOMSFA. Short pass, Julian Edelman. Russell Wilson's called. Guess right. 7 fires it in for a 13-yard completion to Edelman. Edelman has 4 catches for 56 yards. We're early 4th quarter. Wilson only has 18 passing attempts, but 11 of 18, 133. Left tackle right, Sean Green. Defense guesses run. No gain. 2nd down and 10, 9 minutes to go. Wilson did throw the big pick just a few minutes ago, but then Seattle picked off Dalton in the end zone. 2nd and 10, Seahawks. They're on 42. And run right to Marshawn Lynch. Defense gets his pass. Beast mode finds a hole, and it's a short gain. 1st down, Seahawks on the 16-yard run. A spectator has joined. A spectator to be named later. 1st down and 10 for Denver. Google Chrome seems to be going well. You guys don't know what I'm talking about, but trust me, it's important to the broadcast. And run right for Marshawn Lynch, and he gains 4 yards. 2nd down and 6 for the Seahawks, 8:24 to go. They're at the Denver 38. Denver desperately needs a stop or a turnover. Short pass, Julian Edelman, play action. Receiver gets wrong, is complete for 13 yards. Edelman, covered by a 6, I believe, is still having a very fine game. Covered by 5. And Seattle now is 1st and 10, the Denver 25. A field goal would make it a 16-point lead. 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions, which would seem like a tall order for this struggling Bronco offense. Off tackle right for Sean Green loses a yard. Dennis has a very good kicker in Justin Tucker. You may see 3 runs and a kick here. 2nd and 11, Seattle at the Denver 26. Off tackle left, Sean Green. Defensive nose tackle +8 or +35. He's the 5, and he makes the tackle. Phil Taylor, the oft-injured Phil Taylor. That would have been the straw that broke the camel's back. But Green gains 8, 3rd and 3 for Seattle. The Denver 18. A 1st down here would be huge. 6:36 to go in the game. Marshawn Lynch, the running back. I bet we see a passing play here. And run right, Russell Wilson guessed right. 9 is a loss of 1. That's not going to knock you out of field goal range, though. 4th and 4, Seattle. Out comes Justin Tucker, 2 to 10. Nails the 36-yarder. It is 23-7 Seattle. 6 minutes to go. Broncos need 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions. The kick goes down to the 10-yard line, and Stephen Burton, the other kick returner, the one back, brings it out 22 yards. He was on one of my teams. I think my spring team, SSFA. But brings it out 22 yards out to the 32. And we have 1st and 10, Broncos. Now, he might be stuck with Andy Dalton in here by league rule. I don't know. I see that Kurt's taking his time here, trying to think of things. I don't know if that's what he's looking at or not. I don't want to miss a play to look this up. And we will have Dennis Crowley, I assume, unless he has something else going on, we will have Dennis Crowley in the post-game show, win or lose. There will be no draw. It is the Super Bowl. And this has to be a Constitution check. And it may be that Kurt is not pleased at finding out here in the fourth quarter that he cannot take out Andy Dalton in favor of Nick Foles because he relieved his quarterback earlier in the game. There are all kinds of house rules in a lot of leagues to prevent things that we feel are excessively unrealistic, such as bringing in quarterbacks all the time, a la Tom Landry. Is the game locked? We might have, let's see, we might have a situation here where the game is frozen. Yes, it is. You will tend to get a hang-up in these Strat football games occasionally, forcing a reconnect, as we all know. We've all been there. I have to make sure I click the right Stratomatic Football. I've got multiple installs because of this game and the Battle Royale playoffs. Summer Sprint, Paul Mankiewicz against Joe Golden for the championship over there. And then I can mercifully uninstall the new game and reinstall it over my existing installs, and then I don't have to worry about it anymore. I think I clicked the wrong thing. I think I clicked to join the game instead of watching the game, so let me make sure here. And then it says the game is back up. Brought to you by Maybelline. There it is. Okay, I'm back in the game. And we have first and 10 Broncos at their own 32. When you rejoin these games sometimes, you get a very strange screen set up. We have a user dropping again. The game crashed. Not something you want to see with minutes to go in the Super Bowl. But there can be some IP issues or connection issues at times. Dennis is doing a good job informing me when to join and when not to join. Other times I have to sort of wing it. I began hoping that I clicked watch game. There was one time I clicked join game, but it did not work out too well. Yes, I clicked watch game. We have first down and 10 now for the Broncos at their own 32. 5:42 to go. Denver trailing 23-7. A user dropped again. We're having a multiple crash issue. I have seen this before very infrequently. Like I had a game with Tim Bollier where we just kept rejoining and it kept not allowing us to run plays and things like that. That was no good. I'm going to mute my mic and see what's going on here. Be back momentarily. All right, so they tell me that the game is good and that it's up again. And they ran a play, I guess, to make sure that it wouldn't crash, which makes sense. So hopefully they're waiting for me now. I suspect they aren't, which I can understand if Kurt feels like the game is pretty much over or if he's frustrated. So let's see what we run into when we join here. I've now joined. Hopefully I'm not causing a crash as a spectator. I don't know. Apparently they're having some sort of depth chart computer manager issue. So now it's going to be Kurt trying to host and pull off an unlikely Super Bowl comeback. He's down 23-7 with 5:42 to go. And I have to mute my mic again to get a new IP address, presumably with a different host. Sorry for the hang-ups. Hold on a minute. Yeah, so we're switching hosts. It's going to be Kurt hosting now. This is like the lights going out in that Baltimore-San Francisco Super Bowl. I'm sure you remember how much fun that was. I started doing my rookie draft prep this morning. It's August 9th. I had some time and I want to do something Strat football related. Plus, I'd like to do a rookie roundup show, either with Dennis or without him. He's busier than I am. So I need to get my prep done so I know what the heck I'm talking about. Don't want to be saying good things about players based upon their NFL draft status as opposed to based upon their rookie performance and second-year outlook. That's how you end up with the Deion Jordans of the world. Yes, that's a shot at people who drafted Deion Jordan. I was calling him a bust. I'm not right all the time. Of course, no one is. So it's important that you always let people know that you're right when you are, and then you really rub it in. So I'm sitting here waiting, doing nothing. Let's see, what did I do this morning? Did Arizona, did Atlanta, did Buffalo, and Baltimore, I think. I was going alphabetical, so I guess Buffalo and Baltimore. I don't think I finished with Buffalo. I don't know what to make of Buffalo linebacker Preston Brown. I think he's sliding to the inside this year in the 3-4. I think CBS depth chart listed him as a backup outside to Manny Lawson. That doesn't seem very likely. He's only 6 foot, I think, or 6'1". He's a little short for a Rex linebacker. Oh, I know Parcells was a guy who was like the tall linebackers. Curious to see where Devonta Freeman goes in the drafts. Atlanta Falcons rookie running back. His clips look pretty decent. I'll tell you what I really like. Is it Akir or Akeem? I think it's Akir. Akir, yes, it's Fear Akir. Akir Abdullah, Nebraska running back, second-round pick for the Detroit Lions this year. This guy looks awesome in the clips that I was watching. They say he's having a good camp, and Detroit could certainly use an upgrade in the backfield. So I think he's going to have a nice rookie year for the Lions and become a really good player over the next 4 or 5 years. Of course, he's not in the draft. He's just got drafted in the NFL a few months ago, so he's not in our drafts. So Arizona, Atlanta. I'm not a huge Freeman guy. I think he looks okay. I think he lacks shiftiness. Good receiver. Also, in that offense, you're not going to get very good running cards when you get Matt Ryan throwing the ball a ton of times for a high percentage. You need to average at least 4.7 yards a carry. I don't see Freeman as that type of back. Seems more like maybe 800 yards, maybe like a 4.1, 4.2 average. Good receiver. Probably a better NFL player than a Strat player at this point because of the system, the team. See, Baltimore. Got a backup guard. He's not too bad. 5th round guy. I forget his name. Urschel Walker. No, not Urschel Walker. His last name was Urschel. They might be losing a guard in free agency this year. Maybe he can take over. Could be an interesting guy. Not a big fan of that tight end they got. Is it Baltimore got the tight end with the cool name? Crockett Gilmore. I think that's him. Is that the guy on Baltimore? Let's see. I had my Pro Football Focus up earlier. I had my depth chart up earlier. Let's see what I can do here. I think it's Crockett Gilmore. I think it'll be okay, But I just want in terms of the in terms of the clips. I like to try and watch some clips of the running backs and the receivers and tight ends. I feel like when you see these guys with the naked eye, you can probably make a better judgment. And I've been pretty good with the running backs and wide receivers over the last few years since I became heavily involved in evaluating these young players. So I was not a huge Crockett Gilmore guy, but he's a tight end. He can move okay. He'll probably he could put up decent numbers, I guess. But the boy Buffalo Football Outsiders was just killing this Buffalo offense, even with the new weapons, as they were praising the Buffalo defense. Pointed out Richie Incognito was 32 years old, hasn't played in 2 years, so it might not be that great. And even his last year that he started, yes, he made the Pro Bowl, but his advanced grading was not that great. Maybe not the pickup Buffalo was hoping for. Starting a rookie at right guard, a 3rd-round guy, and then the right tackles were terrible last year. The quarterbacks were all playing terribly. That's going to be one hell of a defense. So they already were one of the top couple of defenses in the league. And they got Rex Ryan coaching them, and he's a great defensive coach. They're going to have to try and pull off a 2000 Ravens type of deal up there in Buffalo. Preston Brown's a 5 against the pass. 5.40. The guys are going to value that pass rating more than the run rating, as they should. Okay, hold on a second. The fix is on. 71, 193, 137, 190. I mute my mic and typed it in. Hold on. I'm now trying down watching the game. I joined to watch the game. I hope it put me on watch. Yeah, it did. Otherwise, I would have gotten something else here. User dropped. I guess they didn't fix it. I only did 4 teams this morning, so I can't even talk about any more rookies now. already gave you Amir Abdullah. What do you want? Hold on. So it's unfortunate that sometimes we have these issues with the connecting. Apparently, Kurt forgot to restore something. I made a trade offer to Jeff Smith in the Autumn Win League. Let's see. I think I got it. It looks like I got an email in my Autumn Win folder. Let's see what happened over here. All right, he's going to hold on to his corners. Can't say that I blame him. Trying to extract Stephon Gilmore from his club. So I bought the 1975 game the day. I got that loaded up. Had a look at that O.J. Simpson card that everyone has been talking about. Man, what a beauty that card is. 8-truck game, right and wrong. Seemingly every other reading on off tackle and end run is a short gain or a long gain. I mean, that's a great card. I can't believe it's 40 years since 1975. That's what happens, right? You get into your, for me, I'm in my mid 40s. So you get into your early 40s, I found. That's when you start doing the old, oh boy, has it been 25 years already? You know, you previously heard your parents doing that, and your aunts and uncles, and now it's you. But time waits for no man. 5.5 average for the juice. Man, look at that. Off tackle on the even numbers. Plus 63, plus 25. Short gain, long gain, short gain. End run on the even numbers. Plus 88. Long gain, short gain. Plus 27, plus 20. He's a plus 3 and end run keyed on 11. It's really unfortunate that Mr. Simpson did what he was accused of doing, and most people believe he did out in California, to that poor woman and that poor man, Ronald Goldman. He was a hell of a football player at one time, and he's now a convict in jail on unrelated charges. I think in Nevada, I believe. But you turn back the clock to a simpler time, I suppose, and before he did all those things, and take it for what it is there. All right, now I'm getting another message to connect and watch now. And I'm trying to connect as someone waves goodbye to me. Waiting for the server. It's not looking good, Dennis. I will cancel. I should close my modern version League Manager, which I opened during the delay here. So Dennis is telling me it's okay to stay connected. He says waiting for server teams. Normally it'll tell me. Normally it'll just connect me. There we go. Now I'm connected. I bet we'll see a user drop. This is going to be the most anticlimactic 542. In Strat football history, if it's not already. Uh-oh, I heard a Stratomatic noise. And what do you know? It's 1st and 10 for the Broncos. This just seems so weird now to talk on the game. 5:42 to go. 1st and 10 Denver at their own 44. 3 wide, 1 halfback shotgun for Lamar Miller. Jared Boykin, back from injury, is the third receiver. He missed the rest of the first half. Short pass to Boykin, incomplete on Dalton's card, guessed right. Denver needs 2 touchdowns and 2 extra, two-point conversions. They got to get 1 touchdown first. 2nd and 10 for Denver at their own 44, trailing 23-7. 5:06 to go in the Super Bowl for the SOMSFA season. Short pass Julius Thomas, defender extra short gain, and that's going to be incomplete as strong safety 5 Glover Quinn makes the play. He might be a 6 next year. I don't remember. I know he had a very good year. May have made the NFL top 100. Not maybe in the 80s or 90s or something. I liked the NFL top 100. I like to watch it. Some guys go like, oh, the rankings are terrible, blah, blah, blah. I like the way they go in depth about the players, and the players talk about other players. I don't have to agree with every ranking that's up there. 3rd and 10. 3 wide, 1 halfback. Nickel 3-3-5. Flat pass left to Boykin. It's complete for 8 yards, setting up a 4th and 2 for the Red Rifle at the Seattle 48. Now, this will pretty much be the game. I mean, you never know. A lot of crazy things can happen, but Denver needs to convert this, and they wisely go to a blocking back 1 halfback formation to keep the run threat more legitimately alive. Pitch out left for Alfred Morris, and he gets the first down and more. Shades of John Riggins as he runs down the left sideline for 37 yards and somehow gets out of bounds in 18 seconds. Someone should do the math on that to see how fast Alfred was going. 2 yards a second. And his 37-yard gain for Morris. 1st and 10 Denver at the Seattle 11. Flat pass to Dalton. Looking pass is complete for 3 yards, but it takes more time off the clock. 2nd and 7 to Seattle 8. They have to get in the end zone. See if they had kicked that field goal in the first half. I know I keep saying that. It'd be 23-10, and they would not need these extra 2-point conversions. Off tackle left to Morris. He gains 4 yards behind Doug Free, the 5'7". Don't look for that rating again too soon. He'll probably be replaced by Lael Collins eventually. 3rd and 3 for Denver at the Seattle 4. Full house backfield, double tight end, defense 4-3 blitz. But you don't get the linebacker bump inside the 10. We already saw Dalton through 1 interception in the end zone in the 3rd quarter. Here's an off-tackle right to Monty Ball. He takes it into the end zone against a pass call. Touchdown Broncos, 23-13. Now they got to go for 2, and they have to convert. Again, should have kicked that field goal in the first half. 1st and goal to 2. This is a huge play. This is it. Denver doesn't get this. The game is basically over. Off tackle out to Alfred Morris. He just barely gets in the end zone. 8 on his own cards. A 2-yard gain. 23-15. 2:42 to go. Denver goes for the onside kick. And, oh, my goodness, they got it. Denver recovers the onside kick. Down 23-7. On 4th and 2, Alfred Morris ran for 37 yards. Then Denver got a touchdown a few plays later. They got a 2-point conversion. And now in the Super Bowl, it's 23-15 Seahawks. Denver's ball at their own 45. 2:24 to go. Blocking back 1 halfback, Alfred Morris, who has some big runs on the card. Flat pass left, white die 6. 10-yard completion to Morris. Broncos in Seattle territory. 1st and 10 at the Seahawks 45. If only he kicked that field goal, it'd be 23-17. You only need a touchdown to win. 1st and 10 Broncos at the Seattle 45. I know the whole game plays out differently after that, but looking past Fred Elsing, guess wrong again. 7 on Dalton's card is complete for 10 yards. 1st down Broncos at the Seattle 35. Dennis being a little too cute there, thinking he's going to stop Alfred Morris from getting a big run, and Morris does have them. There's been a couple of flat passes from the Red Rifle. The West Coast very much in play here as a touchdown and 2-point conversion ties the game. The game ties the Super Bowl. Oh, my goodness. What a turn of events, as I always say. 1st and 10 Broncos at the 35 of Seattle. Looking past Morris. Defense gets his pass. Complete for 6 yards. Now, these plays are taking more time off the clock because you cannot get out of bounds. Denver calls timeout, 1:52 to go, but they're at the Seattle 29. They're attacking that middle linebacker 4. And they've got 3 straight completions for 26 yards. Flat pass left to Julius Thomas. 3-yard game. There's a penalty. It's offsides on the Broncos. So instead of 3rd and 1 at the 26, they have got a 2nd and 9 at the 34. Blocking back one halfback. Wants to keep the run option alive. He's at the Seattle 34. And run left, Alfred Morris. Defense gets his pass. 8 on the defense. His first down yardage, 12 for Alfred Morris. 12 yards for Alfred Morris on the end run, 8 on the defense. And he gets out of bounds. 1:45 to go. 23-15 Seahawks. Oh, my stars and garters. Alfred Morris, 22 carries, 137 yards. He's got about 50 in the last minute. Linebucker gets wrong. The dreaded 5, no gain on Morris. And we'll probably see a hurry up, but no, Denver calls timeout here. Would have maybe, yeah, I can't argue. 2nd and 10, 1:37 to go. They have 1 timeout left. They go 3 wide, 1 halfback shotgun. Shotgun? I don't know. Morris may be fatigued. Maybe at his fatigue level. I think he's got 27 carries. Short pass, righty wide receiver, gets right, complete for 13 yards to the very professional, I'm sure, former Pro Bowler at least. And it is 1st and goal for Denver at the Seattle 9-yard line. 1:30 to go. Alfred Morris checks back in, blocking back one halfback. Defense 4-3 blitz. We're at the Seattle 9. Any pass complete is a touchdown. 2-point conversion to tie the game. Short pass to Alfred Morris. Defense gets his pass. Incomplete. The Red Rifle cannot find his running back in the end zone on a 10. You need a 3, 7, or 9 on the Red Rifle. That's 12 units of completion. 7 units of must run, which he does not do well on this card. Blocking back one halfback. Defense goes nickel 3-3-5 blitz. Perhaps trying to get away with a run call here. I don't know. Talking about Dennis on defense. 2nd and goal for the 9. 1:22 to go. What does Kurt do? Do I run it against this nickel? Do I throw it? Risking a sack. Short pass, Julius Thomas. Here comes the pass rush. Down goes Dalton. Jared Johnson with a sack. His first of the day. It's a 7-yard loss. Offense calls their last timeout. That was a 4 on an 8. 139 sack. And Dennis got an 18 for the sack. A big sack. 3rd and goal from the 16. 3 wide, 1 halfback. You're gonna need 2 completions, or a completion and then a run to get in the end zone. But you gotta get a completion here, or at least get a few yards, get at least 5 yards here. Flat pass right to Darius Moore. He's double teamed. Incomplete on Dalton's card. No penalty. Well, a penalty would be awful. 4th and goal at the 16. He has to get in the end zone to win this here. To tie this, he's going to kick a field goal? What is he doing? He's going to kick a field goal and go for an onside kick. Well, folks, the game is over. The kick is good. I do not like this call at all. Now he has to do a 2 to 3 lemons off onside kick. He trails 23-18. He got the last onside kick. Here it comes. The onside kick is recovered by the Seahawks as Denver inexplicably kicks a field goal and thinks that they're going to give it a chance on the onside kick. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe look at Dalton's card and see what the long pass right option chances are there. But Denver kicked the field goal, did the onside kick, did not recover it. And Russell Wilson takes a knee, and the game is over. It is over. Oh, somebody clicked none. Thank you. Okay. 23-18, Seattle Seahawks over Denver Broncos. An exciting finish. A little too exciting for Dennis, but he holds on for dear life. Denver had the ball around the 31 in the late in the first half, down 17-0, final 2 minutes. Tried to bomb and got sacked, knocking him out of field goal range. He then had to punt it. Then he got an opportunity in the second half, down 23-7. He picked off Russell Wilson on a beautiful flat pass double team. But Andy Dalton got picked off in the end zone in 4 men against a wrong call. That really hurt Denver's comeback bid. But then they got but then they drove and got a big touchdown and the 2-point conversion to make it 23-15 with about 2:20 left. Then they kicked an onside kick and recovered it and came down to the Seattle 9. And they faced about a 3rd and goal from the 9 against the blitz. Needed the touchdown, 2-point conversion. So he threw it. Not a bad choice there. Look, you need the touchdown there. And got sacked back to the 16-yard line, facing 4th and goal at the 16. And decided to kick a field goal instead of going for the desperation long pass or what have you. And the field goal was good to make it 23-18, but then he had to recover the onside kick. Could not recover it. And the Seahawks ran out the clock with a couple of kneel downs. Well, only about 20 seconds left, 2 kneel downs. And that was it. Seahawks won 23-18, and they're your SOMSFA champions. Let me give Dennis this link one moment. So I just sent Dennis a link. He should be joining us momentarily. I would think that Marshall Lynch would be the player of the game. $27 carries, 133 yards for Lynch. Did I miss anything, Dennis?
Hey, what's going on?
Did I miss anything? I wasn't around, so I had to do the old silent broadcast.
No, nothing unusual there. Just a normal Stratomatic football game.
So congratulations, Dennis. You won the SOMSFA championship.
Back to back, baby.
Oh, you won last year too?
Yes.
I did not know that. Of course, it's a watered-down league with not a good format for the original draft.
What's that? Oh, yeah, you should have been in from the beginning. You got in for a little bit.
I didn't like the draft. I hated that drafting setup that Ed put together. If he would have had the normal setup of there's got to be a better crown than that. You look like a beauty queen.
I know, huh? Let me get rid of that. This is more like it.
So what do we got here? I'm rocking the cat in the hat. So the pirate hat is not bad. That's the there you go.
Arr. The lighting's weird here. I need to get. I'm like a black shadow. Is that better? Anyway, well, some craziness there at the end, huh? How about that interception that he got on 3rd and 6 when he was doubling Zach Miller, down 20-7.
Yes, well, yeah, well, I was saying he needs to stop, needs to turn over, obviously, and he did the flat. He had, I believe it was like 3rd and 6 or 3rd and 7, and he was nickel 3-3-5, and you were in not a 3 wide, like a 2 tight end. I think you were in, and he doubled with his defensive backs. He did a double, and he picked Miller correctly near the flat pass. Gets 11 interception in his card, and that was like like your own 19-yard line or something. So I was like, oh my gosh, that, there's a good chance of a touchdown here. Doesn't get the touchdown, but then as soon as he's inside the 10, and I thought it was a good call. I think he had like a 3rd and 1, like the 8-yard line, and he threw the pass because he needed 2 touchdowns. Threw the pass, you guys run, which is understandable, and he got on the defense's card, short pass 4 men, always so dangerous. Intercepted 2 to 6 and 12, and you picked it off. You had to feel pretty comfortable when you made that interception. Yes or no?
Oh, absolutely. That would like save my bacon. But then more craziness happened with that, trying to pull Peyton Manning in via the Denver CM. He said he's had that problem before. I had to wipe out, I had to wipe out the play out, take the saves out, wipe off, then bring the saves back in. But even when he joined after that, nice one, he messed it up because his side was still messed up. So we had to do the same thing over again, wipe out his, cleared it. But I've never seen that before where Peyton Manning, the real Peyton Manning, comes into the game. So.
Well, Dennis, let me play devil's advocate for a minute. I'm just teasing with that, but the
well, yeah, let's pick apart some of my play calls because I know I messed up there, and I got a little too conservative.
I could not disagree more. I do not think you got too conservative. You know, I think.
Calls.
Look. There's nothing wrong with the flat pass call. Look, if the guy double teams your guy correctly, and it was a passing situation, the guy double teams your guy correctly, he's got a reasonable shot at an interception. You know, whether it's a flat pass or a short pass or a long pass. So you're saying it's 3rd and 6. I'm going to try and go for a first down by throwing it. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You get that first down, you knock at least a couple more minutes off the clock. If any, maybe you could have said, all right, I should have got more conservative and I should have run the ball on 3rd and 6, punted. I think a lot of it depends on matchups. We had this in the Battle Royale playoff game that you lost. You lost, right? Yeah, that's right. That you lost to Jersey Joe. I think in certain matchups, even with the modern rule set, if your defense is doing real well and the other guy doesn't have an offense where you really think he's going to do a lot when he's down a couple of touchdowns with like 6 minutes left, I think it's okay to go hyper conservative and run the ball on 3rd and 6 and then punt it and try and say, I'm going to make him score 2 touchdowns to beat me with Andy Dalton and Alfred Morris, and I've got a good defense. But then again, in the modern rule set, and Morris does have some big runs on his card, it's kind of hard to say that. There's nothing wrong. There was nothing wrong with your play call there. I don't think anything wrong with your play calls there at the end at all. Yeah,
I mean that's Strat. You make some good calls, you make some bad calls. That early in the game, I got the pick. Got 2 picks, really, but the one pick on the flat pass, which was doubled correctly on Foles, who has a really low interception card. When I saw him take Foles out of the game, I said, okay, that's good for me because
you're breaking up a little bit. You're breaking up a little bit, not coming in that well all of a sudden.
Okay, well, I was just saying that when he brought Dalton into the game, I felt good about that. I was happy about that. Foles, to me, is a little bit more dangerous.
Yeah, I didn't know if that was a move out of frustration or I didn't know if he felt like, you know what, Foles isn't getting the job done. Dennis isn't at 4-3 with linebacker 5-4-5s, and I've got Morris in a pretty good running game. I want to go West Coast here, so let me bring in Dalton so I can go West Coast with the flat passing and with Alfred Morris and some good blocking. And I could not remember the league rule at that time. I'm sure you know it. Now, once he made that change, was he stuck with Dalton the rest of the game?
No. Anytime you can bring in any quarterback at the start of a drive. You have to leave him in for the entire drive, but he could go one drive Dalton, one drive Foles, one drive Dalton, one drive Foles.
Really? I didn't know that. Okay. But I haven't had a multiple quarterback situation in several years. I'm sure I knew the rule at one time back when I had Vince Young and those types of guys. But then I was very surprised that late in the game you didn't go to Foles because if you need to start firing short passes or whatever, you want Foles in there and not the red rifle, right?
Yep, absolutely. And that's why I thought it was a little unusual when we had that slow disconnect or whatever that happened. I thought, oh, he's changing his quarterback. He's going in there and fixing his formations or whatever. But no, it was that nutso stuff. But and
you must have felt concerned when we had that lengthy delay, like a 20-minute delay. There's 5:42 to go in the Super Bowl. It's like, oh my God, I'm up 23-7. He's got the ball in his own territory. I'm in good shape. His offense is not that explosive. I'm like, can we just get in this game and let me finish this game?
Right.
And then we get back in the game, and all of a sudden he starts moving the ball, scores a quick touchdown, gets a 2-point conversion, recovers the onside kick. You're like, oh my God, the 20-minute delay took all my mojo. What's going on here?
Yeah. It was like the New Orleans Saints a Superdome having a power outage a couple years ago.
Yeah, I said that during the broadcast. It was like the Niners-Ravens Super Bowl. You know,
It did help the momentum a little bit.
Yeah, and you were probably like, I gotta, and Tom's gonna be on the. I gotta listen to the broadcast, and Tom's calling the collapse. We discussed whether or not we were bad luck for each other.
We're like bad luck for each other
when we call the games.
And then he gets the touchdown. He gets a 37-yard run for Morris, and he gets the touchdown, and then he recovers the onside kick. I'm like, oh, what the heck? Come on, give me a break. Yes. And then he starts driving after that, and he's moving the ball, first down after first down. I'm guessing wrong, and he gets down close to the 10, and I'm like, good Lord, give me a sack. Brought some pressure, free safety blitz. It hit, and that just totally changed the game.
2nd and goal from the 9. And now, look, he needed a touchdown and 2-point conversion. You went nickel 3-3-5 free safety blitz, show blitz, I should say, nickel 3-3-5 blitz. People know what I mean. And you did do the blitz, but you're not getting the linebacker bump. And he's got some good pass blocking. So, look, and he needs a touchdown. So, if I'm him, I say, well, screw it. I'm going to throw a pass anyway. Look, it's Strat. So, man, maybe you run, maybe a pass. Who knows what the right call is. So, I had no problem with him throwing there. I'm sorry. So, Dennis, you kind of broke up again. Speak.
He has I said I looked at the short pass or the guest run card on Alfred Morris, off tackle and run and line buck. And, he has a short gain on 9 on one side and short gain on, 6 or 5 or something like that. There was a lot of +5s, but he was at the 9-yard line. So I figured, okay, even if he runs here, there's a chance that he's not going to get a touchdown. He's probably going to get, with my linebackers in the zones, he's probably going to get +5, +6, guessed wrong. And so I said, blitz everybody, bring the house. I mean, I'm already inside, he's inside my 10. So brought the free safety, and that was it. I wasn't a great pass rush chance either. I think it was I have to look at the log.
I think it was a 1-39 or 1-36, something like that. And you got an 18 on that matchup. But yeah, no, I mean, he could have run it. There really wasn't. There was really no good or wrong call for him there. He could run it, maybe try to get lucky with a short gain or a long run into the end zone, or get closer to set up a run pass option on 4th down. But he knows if he hits it on your card there for the 9-yard line, he's not going anywhere.
Right.
Or he could say, well, I'm going to throw it because I got good pass blocking. So, nothing wrong with his play call. He just suffered the impact of the blitz there and got sacked. Now, this was weird. Now, then he had the 3rd and goal from the 16, and he got an incomplete pass.
I doubled Denarius Moore. I figured,
that's right. On the flat, I think it was a flat pass. You doubled Denarius Moore.
It would have been +4 without the double. I don't know what it would have been on Dalton's card, but he was trying to hit Denarius Moore with no men in zone, thinking I'm going to go with a triple double team there. But I know that Dalton's a flat pass guy, and I didn't want him to get into a makeable 3rd down again. I wanted him to be 3rd and 16. Makeable 4th down.
It was interesting. I was wondering what he was going to do there, because you could say on the 3rd and goal from the 16, he could try a short pass, and then if he hits it, sets up a 4th and goal from the 5 or the 4. The run is still kind of in play, but pretty much you're saying I need 2 short pass completions in a row there to get in the end zone. Or I was wondering, is he going to throw a flat and, like you said, try to get to that 4th and goal, from the 10 or the 11, where now it's a short pass as a makeable touchdown. Now, when you did that double team, when you got the incompletion, 4th and goal from the 16, did you think for a moment that he's going to try a field goal?
No, I thought he was going to try to hit one of those receiver cards. When he came out in the field goal formation, I'm like, okay, good. That's great. Thank you. There's no weirdness that could happen. What he probably should have done is run with Alfred Morris, trying to hit one of those box cars, because I would not have called run there. So he could have gotten that 8 on off tackle or linebacker.
4th and goal from the 16. You wanted to run the ball, boy, with Alfred Morris.
That's the only thing. But what else can make it? Where else are you going to make that? You can't get. Maybe the long, you throw long and try to hit like a 4 or 5 on Dalton's card. You're not going to.
Well, that's what I was wondering. I would have had to have a look at Dalton's long pass right card to see what you're going to get there. But if you listen to the broadcast, which I'm sure you will, when he came out to try the field goal, I said, well, he's trying to field goal. All right, I guess the game's pretty much over. Because I said, come on, he's got to make a. I know the onside kick is 1-6, which is actually not that bad, but they seem to not come up. They seem to come up less than 1-6 for the kicking team, and I was like, come on, he's going to kick a field goal and he's going to onside kick, and then he's going to score a touchdown. I said that's just. I mean, it could happen, but I felt like I know that there was really no good plays for him. There's no good plays. On 4th and goal from the 16, he doesn't have any good play calls. But you pretty much, it's like, look, you have to do it. You got to just try and do whatever, and hopefully get lucky. Maybe like I said, maybe you run for the box scores or long pass right with Dalton and try to hit it, get lucky. Maybe he was right. I mean, maybe the math was better to hit the 1 and 6 onside kick and then get a touchdown than try to get long pass right with the red rifle. I don't think the must run's going to get you there.
Yeah, definitely not. So anyway, I'm happy to come away with
Say what?
Definitely happy. I'm happy to come away with the championship. You know how hard it is to win these leagues.
I do, having just lost one.
Yes.
But what was he going to say?
Could have been the Kings of Spring, baby. The Kings of Spring. It would have been Tom and Dennis. We would have been the SOMSFA League family champions of the spring.
Yes, but unfortunately, all my dreams and hopes were abandoned. A forlorn performance. Peyton Manning continues to play Strat playoff for me as if it was NFL playoff. I was wondering what's going on. I think Manning had led the league in touchdown passes at 4,800 yards and 3 playoff games. He had like 1 touchdown and 4 interceptions, I believe, is what he did for me. That's on top of last year's performance. So I've had Manning for 4 games in the postseason, and he has thrown I think 3 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. And I'm actually 2-2 in those games. So
that's rough. So
he has me looking like a clown.
All right, man. It looks like there's somebody at the door. I think
all right, Dennis.
That's Ed delivering my trophy.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Congratulations to me, but nice job by Kurt. He kicked my butt in SSFA with kind of a similar matchup. So he can coach it up, and he has tons of 5s and 6s. I was worried about this game coming in. I didn't think it would be a win, an easy win, but I thought I could, maybe outlast him if I stuck to the run. So I tried to do that today.
Well, it's interesting to me that, he won an early SSFA championship, meaning early in that league. So I was like, oh, he was going to maybe win an early SOMSFA championship. So, and he had
right.
it was a good game. I mean, you shut him down for most of the game with your defense. You grounded out in the run. He gave you the run, but you did play action. It seemed like every time you threw a short pass, it was guessed wrong, and you were popping completions on Wilson's card. Had a couple of nice guess right completions. Penalties hurt him, but it was mostly Marshall Lynch had to be the MVP of the game. And so congratulations for the ring for House Crowley. Awesome feeling. It's really nice. And, if you're in as many leagues as I am, you're bound to win some of them just by math. So I'm happy to get this one. And on to version 2015. Have you got a chance to look at the cards? Anything that surprises you from that? Or are we going to plan another podcast? Well, I mean, if you want to go through, well, I don't know. I mean, we should do a show on the new set.
Let's do that. Let's talk about those cards. Maybe we can do that with Mr. Guzzo. Did you get any time to do any questions for him so I can send him over?
I will. Folks, we're going to have a show with Strat-O-Matic's Glenn Guzzo, and talk about Strat football and how Strat approaches the game and all kinds of things like that. And Dennis, when we finish this podcast, video blog, internet presentation, I'll go through that email because I'm feeling pretty well, and I'll see if I have anything to add, and I'll shoot you some times where I could possibly do that show this week. Okay?
Sounds good. Thanks again. Thanks for broadcasting.
Yeah, no problem. Absolutely. All right, and we're going to have the Battle Royale Super Bowl coming up sometime this week, I hope, between Half Man, Half Mankiewicz, and Jersey Joe Golden.
That sounds like a great undercard for a heavyweight title.
Yeah.
The 6 o'clock bout. Half Man, Half Mankiewicz.
Yeah, it's a welterweight preliminary. It's the 10 rounds early. Number 4 ranked contender versus number 6 ranked contender. It's on the undercard. So on the undercard of Vitaly Klitschko and whatever heavyweight's going to lose to Klitschko. So
there you go.
All right, Dennis. I'll see you later.
Take care.
Congratulations. Bye-bye.
Thanks, man.